Hey everyone, Coach Investor back to another video for today. So, Nvidia will report earnings next week, August 24. Now, obviously, we already know what the numbers will be because, well, they announced those numbers early. Now, when a company does that, it's usually because they'll miss and they'll miss badly. Now, some of you might ask, why didn't Intel do that? Well, that's a question I would like to get answered as well. So, Nvidia did that, sign of good management, pre-announcing bad results is usually better than waiting until the earnings date and then, well, show us how bad the quarter was. Now, obviously, we're going to have a quick review of those numbers, but the main focus should be on the earnings call because their analysts could ask management where they'll see the company go from here. Is the weakness going to continue? Are they seeing already any improvements right now? Yes or no? Because supply isn't the issue here, demand is. Management pointed that declining sales were due to a weaker end demand despite providing its products to distributors. So clearly, weakness isn't the supply chain problem anymore, it's just demand. And of course, since the gaming segment has taken the biggest hit, then you can also link it to, well, crypto. Because as we've seen back in 2018, the same thing happened there. Crypto winter happened, and then, well, crypto miners saw no use to invest in more GPUs. Now, and especially in today's market where energy prices are also extremely high, a lot of crypto miners just think that it's not profitable for them anymore to mine, and so the need for GPUs, especially Nvidia's GPUs, is not there anymore. And so now, before we jump into a couple of numbers, talk about what to expect during the call, I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Now, Stock Advisor has actually beat the market comfortably over the years. So all you have to do is go to fool.com/couchinvestor or go and check the links down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the best 10 stock picks now. So they previously expected $8.1 billion in revenue. Now that will come in at $6.7 billion. So not just a small miss, but a big miss there. Gross margin gap, non-gap, obviously took a big hit there. Because, well, since demand is an issue and not supply, reducing prices will obviously reduce gross margin as well. Operating expenses stayed in line there. Now, looking at each segment, obviously the gaming one took the huge hit there, down 44% quarter over quarter, 33% year over year. Now, with data center, as I keep saying each and every video, this is the side that basically keeps Nvidia's business alive, let's say in tough times, but also grants it maybe a higher multiple. So that grew 1% quarter over quarter, but it's up 61% year over year. Professional visualization is down 20% quarter over quarter and 4% year over year. Automotive surprised me, to be honest. That's up 59% quarter over quarter and up 45% year over year. Then OEM and others, very insignificant there, down 12% quarter over quarter and 66% year over year. And then the total, well, it's up 3% year over year, but it's down 19% quarter over quarter to just $6.7 billion. Obviously, yeah, when that was announced, the stock went down, but as we've seen, it went back up again quite fast. Now, during the call, that might change very fast if this is a prolonged issue, if this is something that will not be fixed in the current quarter or the quarter after that. Because if energy costs remain high, if crypto winter is here for another couple of months, maybe a year or so, if we are entering a recession officially, unofficially, then the gaming segment, which is still very big for the company, if that segment will continue to take a hit and not really grow, well, this becomes an issue, and maybe paying 50 times earnings for this company is not such a good idea when it's not really growing that much anymore. Now, of course, long-term investors might take this opportunity if the stock actually goes down, because right now there's really no point in adding or buying or whatever, since, well, the company is expensive, they already announced bad results and the stock barely moved. So it's a weird type of market right now. Obviously, it's better to see green days than red days, but overall, for long-term investors, if you want to see weakness in the stock and not the company, then maybe you should wait a little bit more. Now, With Nvidia, obviously short term, yes, we have to look at the gaming segment of the business. How is that going to perform? In the long term, obviously it's a completely different story, right? You have data center, professional visualization, automotive, the gaming segment, because GPUs, well, we're going to need GPUs no matter what in the future. So for the long term, obviously you would like to see maybe the stock price crash, so you could add at a more lucrative valuation. But as we will see in the GTC event, the company has a lot to offer. And that event will happen September 19 to 22, where major talks will include BMW, ILM, Kroger, Lowe's, etc. Those that are using digital twins for a range of applications, from manufacturing to neurosurgery to climate modeling. ByteDance, the company that owns basically TikTok, deployment of large-scale GPU clusters for machine learning and deep learning. Boeing's digital transformation, enabling aircraft engineering and production to be more flexible and efficient. You have Deutsche Bank, you have Johnson & Johnson, other pharmaceutical companies there, the United Nations, and Nvidia, scientists discussing AI for climate modeling. Let's see what happens there. Then obviously you have AWS, Ericsson, Verizon, etc., describing augmented and virtual reality applications for 5G and optimizing 5G deployments with digital twins. We obviously talked about Omniverse Avatar in the past, so that's going to be a huge subject there as well. Obviously animation, Adobe, Pixar. They'll talk about universal scene description as being the standard for the metaverse, or the animation that actually doesn't look like animation but looks like real life. So there's a lot to be excited about Nvidia's future, but in the short term, yes, you should look at what happens, especially around this time. Early earnings call, weakness in the GPU market, crypto winter, high energy prices. You should take all of that into consideration. And again, wait for a better entry point, because a good entry point is much better than just opening position for the sake of, long-term investing. I just want my position there. No, look for a good entry point. I always say it's better to open a position during a red day than during a green day. But obviously do share your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you expect management to say and to tell us during the earnings call? Leave it all down in the comments below. And if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.